Let's switch gears, though, because somehow it's still earnings season. It's the song that never ends, and it just goes on, especially with shares of Lululemon jumping in pre-market action after the company posted a big beat on earnings and was one of very few retailers to boost guidance for the year. Now, same-store sales, they also jumped by 23%. Brian, you and I have been waiting for this report on the edge of our yoga mats, we'll say. Because this one, I mean, ultimately, yes, Calvin McDonald's the chief executive officer over at Lululemon, and said that the momentum in our business continued in the second quarter, fueled by strong guest response to product innovations, community activations, and omni experience there. I will point out just very briefly here as well that on the direct-to-consumer net revenue front, that continues to represent 42% of their total net revenue, compared to 41% this time last year as well.
This company, Lululemon, gave the bears nothing of what they wanted inside this report. Let's go through this. Sales up 29% in a market in retail that has been basically falling apart the past 2 months. Warnings, Target, warnings, Walmart, warnings, Kohl's, Macy's, warning. Here you have Lululemon, sales up 29%. And oh yeah, they also raised their guidance for the full year pretty materially by more than about 25 or even 30 cents at the midpoint. That is huge. Conference call, bullish. They did not cut their 5-year revenue growth targets as some on the street were looking for. So all that was a positive factor. Where the company is getting dinged, though, inventory up 85% year over year. That is one of the strongest gains in inventory from specialty apparel outside of, I believe, the 70% increase Abercrombie and Fitch saw. Something worth monitoring going forward. But look, Brad, here's a company full steam ahead, not giving promotions, saying it's not going to start cutting prices, it's not going to start offering discounts. They're just going to keep on doing what they're doing. Yeah,
to that point, don't expect a ton of promotions here. They said on the conference call that ultimately they are not creating traffic through markdowns or price promotions. They remain predominantly a full-price business. They have not changed their promotional cadence or markdown strategy, and they have no plans to do so. So you can walk to the back of the store to the "we made too much" section all you want, but chances are you're not going to see that increase dramatically versus what you've expected in the past, number one. Number two, can we spend a little bit of time here that we have talking about unicorn tears?
I want to see the unicorn.
Making the comeback.
We got the photo. We should have the photo of the unicorn tears.
We should tell them what it is, though, first.
It's an outfit that was very popular.
Throwback strategy.
Throwback 2012, Lululemon going back to its archives and bringing out unicorn tears clothing. So it's interesting. It is an interesting look. Maybe not my look, but again, there you have the unicorn tears.
Look.
That is what, if unicorns lived, and I think they do, that's what their tears would look like, plastered all over that, I don't know, what, $250 shirt.
This is not quite like the original unicorn tears, we should note. Some of the OG unicorn tears, it had more of like a cascading type of effect to it. I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit too versed in the unicorn tears here. I did a little research on that. But
how can we know they're unicorn? Are they horse tears? Are they cow tears? What makes them unicorns? Is it the colors?
I thought the old, yeah, it is the colors, but it's also just the pattern. I mean, the old unicorn tears, it was a little bit more multicolored. This one is a little bit less Roy G. Biv, and so I think ultimately,
Roy, I haven't heard that in like 25 years.
Yeah, man, taking us back to high school here. So, also, we got to talk for a blip about the footwear. They're also going to continue to launch their fourth footwear style, Strong Feel. We had some very strong words from one analyst that we had on earlier this week that said this is just not going to work for them, and so it's going to be interesting to watch how much money they continue to pour into Strong Feel or just a broader footwear category here. And then the last thing that I did want to note is just how they're actually delivering inventory there too, because that is particularly interesting when they're talking about how long it's taking to receive goods and how long it's taking to get to peak. Previously, just keep this in mind, on average, it was about 45 days that it took them to get inventory. That went up to 90 days and over during the peak disruption. Now they've seen that drop to about 70 days, and so still not at 45 days, but that's why it's also taking longer for some of those SKUs to become available for people to be able to purchase.
Brad, what makes me giggle is Lululemon's probably paying somewhere in $500,000 plus a year, excluding bonus, to think of names like Strong Feel. Come on. I mean, what are they called? Soft Feel? Soft Feel sneakers?
Look, we could do a Yahoo Finance poll and come up with some,
come on,
some workshopping.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. All right.